She's my wife. Rachel is my wife. You know? Emily! Emily is my wife.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at the unforgettable legacy of Friends Season 5.
You're so great. I love you.
From the relationships that defined it to milestone moments and the way it's both shaped and been shaped by pop culture. The one with the season recap. Where we last left the gang, Ross had just had a slip of the tongue at the absolute worst time. He tries to patch things up, and it almost works, but Emily asks for the one thing he can't give her.
All right. I'll come to New York and we'll try to make this work.
Oh, that is so great. That's
As long as you don't see Rachel anymore.
So how does Ross deal with his imploding marriage? In short, leather pants, sandwich, pivot, Janice. He also moves into Ugly Naked Guy's old apartment after overstaying his welcome with Chandler and Joey. However, he doesn't make the best first impression on his new neighbors.
Oh, hey, Ross. Say, I was thinking maybe you two could switch apartments, because Phoebe's more our kind of people. Something to think about.
Meanwhile, also in London, Monica and Chandler took us all by surprise by hooking up. Yet in this season, we get to see a one-night stand become something so much more. Really, this was a relationship by the fans, for the fans. If you want to know what we mean, check out episode 4.
Meant a lot to me, because you're really hot. Is that okay?
That's okay.
And I'm cute, too.
And you're cute too.
Thank you.
Friends hit a huge milestone this season, reaching its 100th episode, and celebrated by having Phoebe give birth to the triplets.
Little high fives.
This is another big year for Phoebe, who almost takes a huge step forward in her relationship, but bigger still, she finally meets her dad.
What about the girls?
Well, Ursula is a waitress, and she lives in Soho. And Phoebe is on this couch.
It also cemented itself as the series with the best Thanksgivings, with multiple blasts from the past. The gang also does that super relatable thing of making New Year's resolutions. Some of them can't even stick to it for the duration of the episode, let alone past it.
Phoebes, flying a jet? Better make it a spaceship so you can get back to your home planet. And Ross, phone call for you today. Tom Jones, he wants his pants back. And Hornswoggle, what are you, dating a character from Fraggle Rock?
This season also sees big changes in Rachel's career, with her finally getting her foot in the door at Ralph Lauren despite quite a rocky beginning. Still, it's great to finally see her settle into a career that fits her like a classic Ralph Lauren polo shirt.
Rachel, what do you think?
Well, that one is pretty, but I just love this fabric. Sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry. That's part of your job here to give your opinions. And then I take credit for them. I'm kidding.
Joey hopes big things are happening in his career too, but sadly, this isn't his big break. It does, however, bring the gang to Vegas, and ever since, we've all been looking for our own identical hand twins.
This is Vegas, man. People will pay to see freaky stuff. Okay, how much would you pay to see this hand twice?
I can't really put a price on that, Joe.
Monica and Chandler take a gamble on their relationship, and Ross and Rachel are about to find out that not everything that happens in Vegas actually stays in Vegas. The one after Ross says Rachel. We open season 5 with the fallout from Ross saying the wrong name at his and Emily's wedding.
Boy, a bad time to say the wrong name, huh, Ross?
That's true. Thanks, Dad.
To be fair, that's a pretty hard thing to come back from. Worse still, she catches Ross about to head off on their honeymoon with Rachel. Still, Ross doesn't give up and agrees to so many of Emily's demands in the hope of making the marriage work. Unfortunately, Emily eventually asks Ross to give up the one thing he absolutely can't. And with that, the relationship ends.
Look, this marriage is never gonna work if you don't trust me.
You're right.
So, can you trust me?
No.
Emily wasn't everyone's cup of tea, kind of giving us a bad name, and plenty of fans were relieved to see her go, but that wasn't necessarily the plan. Helen Baxendale was meant to return for season 5, but between seasons she became pregnant. Since flying back and forth between the US and UK wasn't on the cards, they opted to write her out.
Well, I guess that's it.
What happened?
My marriage is over.
Some probably welcomed the decision, with director James Burrows calling Baxendale, quote, nice but not particularly funny, and adding, Schwimmer had no one to bounce off of. It was like clapping with one hand. At the time, she was also starring in the British dramedy Cold Feet, funnily enough, playing a character called Rachel. Too bad no one used that as an excuse for Ross's Freudian slip.
I discovered that Ross forgot to take his brain medicine. Now, without it, in the brain of Ross, women's names are interchangeable through no fault of his own.
Anyway, we're not sure if Baxendale particularly minded having her run cut short. She later noted that the level of fame surrounding the Friends cast was more overwhelming than she was comfortable with, and she wasn't particularly close with any of them anyway.
So, who am I saying hello to?
Well, I don't know about who's here, but I can tell you for damn sure who's not here, and that's Rachel.
Well, I should hope not. Ross knows better than that by now.
With the Ross and Emily drama wrapped up, the Ross and Rachel will they won't they was back on the table. However, now we also had another couple to root for. The one where Monica and Chandler become the central couple. If we rewind to London once more, perhaps the only thing more surprising than Ross's slip-up was this moment.
You think you knew I was here?
At the time, that's all it was meant to be. But the audience's reaction was so unexpected that the writers thought, hey, maybe there's more to explore here?
That was the end of the season, so we had time to really ruminate and think about it. But it was such a powerful moment that we knew we had to explore it more.
We expanded it from just a one night in London thing to this could be a thing.
So it wasn't just Monica and Chandler figuring out this thing between them, but the writers were on that journey too, developing the relationship as they went along. For a while, they had fun with Monica and Chandler desperately trying to hide things and allowing the audience in on this big secret while the rest of the gang stayed mainly in the dark.
We still, at that point, didn't quite realize how far it would go. We still thought maybe it'd be fun with them doing it in secret and hiding it, which did give us a lot of funny stuff.
With a group this tight-knit, though, how long could that last? Amazingly, Joey is the first to find out. Yet it doesn't take long for the secret to blow wide open in one of the series' most beloved episodes. One that earned 3 Emmy nominations and a Writers Guild nod.
Oh, look, there's Monica and Chandler. Hey! Hey, you guys! Hey!
In the one where everybody finds out, Joey knows, Rachel knows, and we've lost track of how many times the word knows gets used. Phoebe discovers the pair in a memorable and now highly quotable way, leaving only Ross to catch on.
My eyes! Phoebe! Phoebe! Oh, okay! It's okay! It's okay! No! They're doing it! I know! You know! Yes, I know, and Joey knows, but Ross doesn't know, so you have to stop screaming!
Eventually he does, but more importantly, Monica and Chandler are pushed to confess. Marta Kaufman said that the challenge was to pack in as many twists as possible, essentially before anyone got more confused than Joey.
They don't know that we know they know we know. And Joey, you can't say anything.
Couldn't if I wanted to.
Lisa Kudrow was encouraged to lean into being, quote, rhythmically challenged, as she got her flirt on. Meanwhile, Matt LeBlanc had so carefully choreographed that bra reveal that it required intricate coordination with the costume team.
Oh, okay. Show him your bra. He's afraid of bras. Can't work them.
Wow, you didn't rip off any buttons.
Not my first time.
Still, while the friends were scheming to make Monica and Chandler admit to hooking up, the confession they actually got was a huge surprise. Director Michael Lembeck recalled, quote, an incredible charge that went through the audience when Chandler made his big declaration.
Because I'm in love with Monica.
You're what?
Love her. That's right. I love her. I love her.
After that, Monica and Chandler became the it couple of the series, the one fans could really see themselves in. The highs, the lows, and all the little moments in between. Before long, they were celebrating their anniversary, which took them not just to Vegas, but almost down the aisle. We'll get back to that later.
You roll another hard 8, and we get married here tonight.
Come on!
It just got interesting.
The 100th. Chandler and Monica weren't the only ones celebrating a milestone this season. Episode 3 of Season 5 marked Friends' 100th episode. The producers wanted to go big, and what could be bigger than Phoebe giving birth to triplets?
Now, which of you is the father?
No, none of them are the father. The father is my brother.
Okay.
I'm so gonna miss watching you freak people out like that.
Interestingly, that meant the apartments and Central Perk, the show's most iconic sets, didn't feature in the celebration. As we know, the storyline was originally conceived to account for Lisa Kudrow's real-life pregnancy, and having Phoebe carry triplets for her brother let the writers be as silly and outrageous as they wanted.
This one doesn't hurt either. Oh, yes it does. Ow! 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 Ooh! Ooh, I was kind of hoping that was it.
And that silliness wasn't ending just yet. This episode also packed in 2 B-plots, one throwing a spanner into Monica and Chandler's still-secret relationship, and another with Joey suffering kidney stones in parallel with Phoebe's labor. The writers even joked that researching the condition led them to some, quote, really disturbing stuff.
Nothing is going up, okay? Up. Up is not an option. What's a urethra? Are you crazy?
But back to the main storyline. Phoebe arrives at the hospital only to learn her doctor had an accident, leaving her with a choice between one who looks barely out of med school and another who is obsessed with Fonzie.
Oh, you know, these babies are very, very lucky.
They are? Why?
They have the honor of being born on the Fonz's half birthday.
Happy birthday.
Just to clarify, I'm not Fonzie.
She also realizes how hard it will be to give up the baby she's grown so attached to, and even ropes in Rachel to test whether Frank and Alice might let her keep one. Early drafts leaned into this struggle more heavily, with Phoebe being more insistent.
Phoebe, no, this is insane. Oh, just ask him. What? Me? I can't ask him. Do you have any idea how inappropriate that would be?
However, they ultimately changed their minds to add some contrast to the overall tone of the episode. Any scenes with real babies had to be filmed in advance, with a nurse on standby with a stopwatch to ensure they weren't under the studio lights too long.
Everyone said labor was the hardest thing I'd ever have to do, but they were wrong, this is.
For scenes shot in front of a live audience, they used dolls, both to protect the babies from noise and because studio life just isn't suited to such little ones. Unsurprisingly, Lisa Kudrow has called this her favorite episode. In the US, it ranked second only to ER for NBC that week, while across the pond, 2.17 million tuned in, the biggest audience for any Sky program that week.
Well, if you're gonna cry.
The one with all the Thanksgivings. Since season 1, Friends has been as much a part of Thanksgiving traditions as the turkeys on our tables or heads. But this year, the show took a slightly different approach. This year, everyone shared their worst Thanksgiving, in this life or another apparently.
You're not going to tell the whole story about how your parents got divorced again, are you?
Oh, God, no.
Really?
No, come on. I want to hear it. It wouldn't be Thanksgiving without Chandler bumming us out.
The writers had seen how well flashbacks played before, so they leaned on that again, while being careful to keep a wide berth from clip show territory, which audiences don't always love. The idea of everyone gathered in one place, spinning off into mini stories of disastrous Thanksgivings, gave the episode structure and kept it rooted in the present.
Of all people, you do not want me to tell this story.
What is that supposed to mean?
It did mean, however, that they couldn't film everything in front of a live audience. Between special effects and constant costume changes, there was just too much going on.
Chandler, we got plenty of food, so I hope you're hungry.
Oh, Mom, no. Chandler hates Thanksgiving and doesn't eat any Thanksgiving food.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought him here then.
That was tricky, since so much of Friends' appeal came from feeding off the audience's reactions, which often inspired last-minute rewrites. Without that input, maybe no one flagged the overuse of fat-shaming jokes, or that Rachel and Chandler meet for the first time for, like the third time so far?
Everyone, this is Chandler, my roommate and lead singer of our band.
Needless to say, the "they looked different so they forgot" excuse didn't exactly convince anyone. So you could see that in some ways, both the writers and actors felt the lack of that usual energy.
Okay, you know what? Thanksgiving's over. Let's get ready for Christmas. Who wants to go get a Christmas tree?
Maybe that's why they leaned so heavily into physical comedy and pop culture references. Ross and Chandler's outfits apparently winked at Miami Vice, while the music that plays when Monica drops the knife pays homage to Psycho. past life injury reportedly came from this classic SNL sketch. Funnily enough, some people called out Mr. Bean for copying the turkey on the head gag from this episode. However, Merry Christmas, Mr. Bean, the so-called offending episode, aired in 1992, while Friends only premiered in 1994.
Hey, did you get the turkey bait? Oh my god! Oh my god! Who is that?
It's Joey.
What are you doing? Is this supposed to be funny?
If anything, it shows just how deeply the show had become ingrained in global pop culture, which leads us neatly to our next point. The one where Friends cements its place in pop culture. Friends has woven into pop culture from the start. The characters became our style icons, the dialogue slipped into everyday conversation, and the catchphrases live rent-free in our heads.
What's up, Joey?
How you doing?
We've even done a list on the top 10 Friends lines we use all the time. When you're done here, you should totally check it out. For now, let's zero in on Season 5. Are you even a Friends fan if you haven't dramatically shouted, "My eyes!" like Phoebe, or announced your sandwich for the whole world to hear?
My sandwich! My sandwich!
Or been able to move anything around a corner without screaming "pivot" at the top of your lungs? We already knew the cast had razor-sharp comedic timing, but what made the whole pivot thing so unforgettable was how it doubled the laughs with physical comedy.
Pivot! 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 Pivot!
Since I Love Lucy, sitcoms have thrived on taking everyday tasks and escalating them into complete mayhem. What Lucy and Ethel achieved with practically no dialogue, Ross pulls off with a single word, repeated again and again.
Pivot! Pivot!
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
The humor snowballs through frantic physical movement, and every moment dragging the characters deeper into absurdity. It's a classic sitcom formula, simple premise, character flaws, and mounting mess, which is why scenes like this still feel timeless.
Okay, I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore. You think?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
The Ones in Vegas. Season 5 began in London and ended in Las Vegas. The gang heads to Sin City after Joey travels there, convinced he's on the verge of his big break. Only sadly, it's not to be.
Would you rather be too wet or too dry?
Too dry.
Do you believe in ghosts, yes or no?
No.
Is this movie gonna be my big break?
No.
What?
Yes.
Dude, you said no.
Well, I also said yes.
Monica books tickets for herself and Chandler as an anniversary gift, and because Joey's still mad at Chandler and refusing to take his calls. Phoebe, still haunted by her London FOMO, insists on joining. So why not just make it a group trip, right?
Hey, you guys! Listen, this weekend we're all gonna go to Las Vegas to surprise Joey. Including me!
The two-part arc juggles several storylines, like Phoebe versus a lurker and Joey discovering his identical hand twin.
This hand is your hand. This hand is my hand. Oh, wait, that's your hand. No, wait, it's my hand.
Ross and Rachel sink into hilariously petty antics, and a chance encounter with Richard threatens Monica and Chandler's relationship.
I ran into Richard yesterday, and he asked me if I wanted to go for a bite, and I did. And the only reason why I didn't tell you is because I knew you'd get mad, and I didn't want to spoil our anniversary.
Shockingly, the writers originally planned for Chandler to cheat on Monica with a hotel employee, and it even got as far as rehearsals. But Matthew Perry pulled the plug, knowing Chandler's character would never recover with audiences if he crossed that line. He was absolutely right. Instead, the arc gave Monica and Chandler exactly the push their relationship needed.
That could be a 4 or a 5. It's your call.
It's a 4.
I think so too.
Plus, the actress hired to play that employee can still be seen as an air hostess in the episode. The season seemed destined to end with a wedding, and it did, just not the one anyone expected. With that cliffhanger, we'd have to wait for season 6 to see what came next.
Hello, Mrs. Ross.
Well, hello, Mr. Rachel!
In what ways has Friends infiltrated your everyday lexicon? Pivot down to the comments and let us know.